Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick tabletop review of the second generation Glock 21. This is my everyday carry weapon for concealed and whenever I do carry open, which isn't really much anymore, but it is a large gun, I'm not going to lie. Particularly for a handgun, it is a full size. The only thing I've done to this since I got it was the Uncle Mike's grip, probably $4 or $5 at Walmart. That grip on the second generation, it's checkered along the front, it's checkered along the rear, and I noticed in the summer months when I was training, the grip was extremely hard to hang on to with sweaty hands. So this rubber grip, it's cheap, it was a pain in the ass to get on and to make sure it was perfectly aligned through here, but it adds the finger grooves, a little bit of cushion for absorbing a little bit of the recoil, and it grips. That's the big thing for me. Which of course is the purpose. This is a 10-round magazine. You see the witness holes on the rear. The 13 round is actually is in the firearm right now. I'm getting ready to do a safety check and clear because I know for a fact there's one in the chamber because I always carry condition 1 on these. I don't have another 13 round other than the one that's in here. The 10 round does great. I like having a backup just in case there is a malfunction, even though after probably 5,000 rounds I've never had a malfunction. So this is just as good as a 13. It's just it holds 3 less. So we're going to do a quick safety check. Drop the mag first. Rack the slide. As you can see, there's nothing in the chamber whatsoever. Nothing in there. That was our live round. One thing I have noticed with the Glock 21, in comparison to a lot of the other 45s, it is a lot lighter. It tends to shoot just a little bit smoother, but it is awfully big. When it comes to the size of the grip, that's one reason they came out with the SF version of the short frame, because even somebody like me that has decent sized hands, this grip can be kind of a pain in the ass to really get a good grip on. But the Uncle Mike's grip, perfect. I mean it's perfect. So I like it. Other than that, though, I don't really have any complaints. The only thing I've ever done to this, other than that grip, was do the True Dot. I can't remember I don't know how to pronounce it, but the tritium or whatever, the night sights basically. Those work fabulous, whether it's broad daylight or it's pitch black, you can't see shit. They definitely function as night sights. One thing I do love about the Glock, other than its reliability, is the fact that it's so easy to take down. To do a simple field strip, I'm going to try to keep this on the camera so you can see it. It's really easy. After you do the clearing, pull the trigger, get an armorer's grip. You probably can't see that. Pull it slightly back, grab these tabs, which are basically the takedown. Pull the trigger again, and it comes right off. Really, really, really simple. There you go. Slide, barrel, recoil spring and rod, which is all one assembly. I like that. And of course the frame itself. And you can take these things down further, but really just for your typical cleaning or field stripping, there's absolutely no reason to. Put it back together, it's the same thing. These things are really easy to work on. Parts are readily available. Personally, I love the Glocks. And like I said, this is my everyday carry. It is large, and I'm about 6'4", about 170 pounds. I'm not a huge guy, but I can conceal it with I guess you could say with dressing around the gun. I can conceal it. Usually what that entails is just a loose polo shirt, or maybe a light jacket, or shoot me first vest or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just wearing, like right now, I'm wearing True Spec Coyote brown pants and a black polo shirt, and then a rigger's belt, just because this thing has a lot of weight on it. Whether you're carrying open on outside the waistband, or if you have it inside the waistband, I would recommend a DeSantis. I would recommend a crossbreed Super Tuck if you're going to be carrying inside the waistband on these. Right now, I've got the DeSantis, and I like it. And it's not great, but it is pretty comfortable. The only problem I've ever had with it is when you draw the weapon for any reason, you pretty much have to take your pants off to get the weapon back into the holster, because it's not a stiff leather by any means. So that's the biggest qualm on that one, and that's one reason I recommend the crossbreed, because the crossbreed, if you take it out of the holster, all you have to do is slip it right back in, because it's a really, really stiff Kydex and then leather on top of that. Super comfortable, super durable. Just all around a great holster. You could probably get one between, I'd say, $70 and $90, depending on exactly what kind of modifications you want on. If you want J clips or Velcro or whatever, I'd say probably around 80 would be a good ballpark. The ammunition I use, technically the Glocks aren't rated for plus P, and the ammo I'm carrying right now is plus P, but I'm getting ready to go back to just the typical Federal Premium Hydra Shocks. This is Hornady ATAP FPD plus P 230 grain jacketed hollow points with the stainless casing. So they're good, but you're just going to end up wearing out the barrel a little bit faster than you would on just a typical load. These are definitely hot loads. Other than that, though, even for concealment, man, this thing it's amazing, and I know it's going to function. That's one of the biggest things. The trigger reset's awesome. The trigger pull, if I remember correctly, is like 4 to 4.5 pounds, somewhere right around there. It's super smooth. You've got the safety on the inside of the trigger right here too, and then of course the other two are internal, but this is the main safety. So you have the safety here, and then the safety on the trigger, and then the safety in your head, which is probably the biggest one, at least in my opinion. And you got 2 more internal safeties that deal with the striker and all that. But even for concealed, man, for a full size, it's not bad. You could go out and you could spend a little bit less, probably $200 less, and get something like LCP or a Caltech PF9, something like that. The only issues I have with the Caltech PF9 is the trigger reset is really crappy, in my opinion. Once you pull the trigger, and the round fires and the slide cycles, and it gets another one back in the chamber for you. When you go to fire again, you have to kind of recock it per se by letting the trigger go. And on the Glock, you barely have to let it go before you're able to fire again. It's amazing. It's just a pull kind of like that. On the PF9, you got to go all the way to the front and all the way to the back, all the way to the front, all the way to the back. The trigger guard's extremely small. The trigger itself is got a curve to it. It hurts to shoot it. I just don't like it. But the 21, particularly for a full size, I love it. My only issue with the 21 is the 45 ammunition. Of course, this shit is like the premium, the high end for defensive purposes. But if you go and you look at the ammo for a 9mm, you can get a box of, say, 50. Say a Winchester white box, 50 rounds of 9mm for $12 or $13. If you want to do, because I never get 50 rounds of this, but say you want to get 100 rounds for a 45 auto, 100 rounds is going to peg you, I'd say between 30 or 29 and 39. I believe it's 39. So the price is up there, and that's one of the shitty things for an everyday carry weapon, because the more the ammo costs, the less likely you are to go out and train with it. But anyways, if anybody has any questions, put them in the comments or shoot me a message, and I'll be more than happy to help you out.